I had the most amazing experience yesterday morning in my meditation. So I just thought I would jump online and share a little bit about what I experienced. It was yesterday. I was going to do a video, but I didn't get a chance. The whole process yesterday morning was about 4 hours, to be honest. And then I had back-to-back clients all day, but I also needed time to process and integrate. And so here we are today. I always in the morning sit down and do meditation, self-Reiki, tarot, and all the morning ritual. And I was Reiki, my energy felt wide open, my intuition and my psychic abilities have been off the charts the last little while anyway. Been feeling my energy has been building a lot lately. Even I did a video a couple of days ago and I talked about like the new moon and the experience that I had with the night terror, the shadow side, all the deep diving I've been doing into all of my shadows and also my past lives as well. And so one particular past life has been coming up time and time again over the last few weeks. So I've kind of been looking at that in a lot more detail. As I was going through my self-Reiki practice, my energy was feeling really open. I got to my heart space and I saw myself as a 4 or 5 year old child. I was like, okay, this is not, a regular occurrence. I don't normally do a lot of inner child work or see myself as a child, but it was there for a reason. So I gave her a hug and welcomed her into my heart. And I was like, okay, this is nice. And I just sat with it for a while. And then the vision changed like a movie screen. And all of a sudden I saw a round table with empty bottles on top, kind of like the aftermath of a party. I haven't been to a party in a really long time. I'm a massive homebody and I actually have been cocooning myself since about November last year, or even earlier to be honest, maybe October, September. I've hardly been going out, hardly seen my friends, hardly been doing anything because I've been actually healing a lot of my physical body and going through a lot energetically as well. But I didn't know what the bottles meant. I didn't know what I was seeing. And I just thought, okay, I'm just going to leave this and continue on. Continued Reikiing the rest of my body. And then I always finish with a balance at the heart chakra center, just like I do with my clients in my Reiki sessions. I do the same thing for myself every morning. And then it became clear. I was like, oh, the empty bottles, I get it now. They were symbolic of my past lives. I've seen a number of my past lives over the years, and including this one in particular from just recently. And I realized that each of the bottles resembled or was symbolic of those past lives that I knew about or that I was aware about. And then I realized that what I needed to do was integrate those past lives into my heart space. And so one by one, I took a moment to remember each of the lives that I have known about over the years or have had insight into, and I welcome them, I place them in my heart. And because I've been doing a lot of this shadow work of late, I welcomed the lifetimes and who I was in that lifetime in all aspects, the light and the dark. And it was really powerful. And so as I placed the last one in my heart, the one that's been coming up over the last couple of weeks, I just felt like a shift, like something really settled into my heart. I think that's probably the best word to describe the feeling. Closed it off, finished Reiki. I was like, okay, I'm just going to journal about my experience as I always do. And then all of a sudden I noticed, I'm like, oh, my right arm feels kind of weird, like something's on it, something's there, like a dark shadow. And I thought, that's weird. I've literally just finished self-Reiki. I know that I'm clear of anything negative or entities, spirits, energies, whatever. I thought, okay, well, I'm being called to go back into the Reiki state. So got rid of the journal, closed my eyes, opened up to Reiki again. And then I was like, okay, what is this thing on my arm? And then I realized that it wasn't on my arm, it was next to me. I was like, all right, like I've got a visitor. Clearly it's a dark shadow. It kind of looks like a large outline of a person, but it was black. I was like, okay, but I couldn't get rid of it in the normal way that I knew how. And then I realized, oh, this is not something to be getting rid of. This is my shadow, literally. Not literally as in the light, but it was shadows that I've been dealing with. I was like, oh, okay, what do I do? So then I just opened up to spirit, as I do when in times of doubt. Then I was like, okay, spirit, please guide me in this moment. What do I need to do? What needs to happen? And I was told just to beam light, or beam Reiki, beam love. Energy comes in through the crown and typically exits through the feet. But in Reiki level 2, we learn a meditation called Hatsureiho, where we can draw energy in through the crown, build it in our body, get stronger and stronger, and then beam it out through every aspect of our body, all of our pores. And I won't go into the meditation, but that's essentially what I was doing. So pulling energy in, building it in my belly, in my hara, and then beaming it out of every aspect of my body, all the pores, front, back, top, bottom, everything. So it's just beaming it out 360 degrees. Except normally I feel Reiki kind of like an energy force, but this time was a bit different. I saw like sunbeams, like rays of golden rainbow kind of light beaming out of me. And I was like, okay, the shadow was still there. It didn't go away, but it was okay to still have it there. It was fine. My focus and my energy was on these sun rays, sunbeams, and I could feel my energy building in my body, and I was just being told, raise your vibe, raise your vibe. I was like, okay, I'm just going to keep drawing energy in. It wasn't like I was like trying to pull it in. It was just allowing it to flow in its own good time. And then eventually I found myself kind of like floating out in space. Normally I would say that's like an astral traveling, but it didn't feel like that. It just felt very calm and like I was totally meant to be there. There were moments where I felt like my body had vanished and I was just energy. So it was pretty amazing. And I had those experiences before in meditation. So then my body started to vibrate, and honestly it felt like I was levitating off the ground, and I was kind of floating around in space, and I saw the word universe. I literally saw it in space. I was like, okay, kind of like those bots that, you know, you have to choose the words in the 9 squares or whatever. Anyway, so it looked like universe. And then I saw the word universe separate into uni-verse, like one verse. And then it was just one verse, and then oneness. I get it. This is source energy, oneness energy. And then I started to be really aware of every individual cell in my body. It was like little vibrating cells, but I was being pulled into one cell. And then I realized the universe is in each and every cell, and in each and every cell is the universe. It's a bit hard to explain in words, to be honest. And then every cell was vibrating in my body, and it felt like the vibration of love. And I just knew it was the vibration of love. And all of a sudden I could send love into every and all aspects of my body. And I mean that in every way possible. Aspects mean the shadow side, past lives, my current physical body, every aspect. My right ear, it's blocked. It's been blocked for a number of years. It's a long story. But I have a lot of fear that kind of anytime I have an attunement or I get a big energy balance, it always flares up and it sends me into a spiral. So it's something I've been working on, and partly the reason why I'm doing a lot of shadow work, and also why the shadow is always on the right side. But interestingly enough, I could then send cells of love. I could acknowledge them in my ear, and I realized that I could accept my ear exactly as it is. The pain, the suffering, the blockedness, the immense frustration, all of the things that I've been experiencing, I could encompass all of that in love, and I don't need to change anything. I don't need it to be any different. I could send it to all aspects of my body at the same time. Then after that, I was like, okay, this is pretty amazing. And then I felt my body like moving. I was kind of like dancing, shaking, like stretching, spinning, and then I found myself like on my feet, and I was like shaking and like crazy dancing, and I was thinking in the back of my mind, because I'm still consciously aware of my body, at the same time in my mind's eye very expansive, and I was thinking, oh god, my blinds are open, like my neighbors are seeing me probably having some sort of like fit or whatever, and just like moving and sweating and shaking, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go with it. And I've had these kind of experiences before. I know I just need to surrender and just let the energy move through my body. And then all of a sudden I found stillness, and I was standing up and my feet were apart, separated, and my eyes were closed. And then it was like a massive burst of energy through my crown, all the way down through my spine and out through my root chakra. Kind of felt like I was going to the toilet, but a massive burst of energy, kind of like a fire hydrant of water shooting out, except it was energy. I was like, whoa, like this is like really intense. Like it felt amazing, but it also felt quite strong. But it was going one way, so down in through the crown and then out through the root chakra. And I was aware of my feet connected to the ground, but I was very aware of this energy flowing through my body. And then I started hearing everything is love. Everything is love. Love is everything, over and over. And then it was all is love. Love is all. And then it got shorter, like all love, love all. And then it was all love, like yelling in my ear. It was so loud, like all love, all love. And then it kind of triggered this thing, because my Reiki master in Queensland from Seichen Reiki, which I did level 1 in November last year, they ran a workshop just a few weeks ago with Patrick Ziegler, the founder of Seichen Reiki, and the workshop is called All Love. So I knew that this was to do with Seichen Reiki for sure. But I didn't go to this workshop a few weeks ago because I had clients. It was a last minute thing. So I chose to stay here only because also I thought that my physical body couldn't handle some of the experiences I knew that they were going to have. Eventually I settled after this rush of energy through my body. And I sat back down on the ground in meditation and I felt just this immense calm. I can't even describe peace and calm. When the energy was rushing through me, that was like, felt like a full body orgasm. It was full on. And then just peace and calm. But the peace and calm felt universal. And then it's interesting because then I heard the words right at the very end, nothing really matters. But it was like no thing really matters. And matter is like our physical body, all that we touch, right? No thing really matters. I mean, there's so much just in that sentence. And I had that in my head literally all day. I rang my Reiki master. We had a really good chat on the phone about what I experienced. And she had told me that basically what I went through was a Seichum initiation. And it's funny because I mean, I've been healing my physical body since about April last year, and I've been on this ridiculously clean diet since about October last year, where I've been eating like literally only vegetables and salad and proteins and juicing every day, no alcohol, lots of water, like it's super clean. And I knew that it wasn't just about the physical body. I knew that my body was getting ready to hold a much higher frequency of energy, and it needed to raise its vibration both physically and spiritually, energetically, in order to do that. I had an idea of why, but it was not this. I did not know about this at all. This was a bit of a surprise, and it just goes to show like I can have intuitions about something, but it might be in a completely different way to what I expected. Yeah, it was a pretty full-on day. My energy, my Reiki's been really strong. Obviously yesterday was immense, but the experience was profound, and I'm really excited to share that with you all. I can't wait to run more Reiki courses because I feel like it's going to ramp up this year. I can't wait to see more of you for Reiki. I'm booking out really fast, which is not surprising. So if you are interested in booking for a Reiki session, definitely book in advance. Otherwise, I'm sure I'll be sending you more videos or showing more videos about my experiences because this was just the beginning. All right, well, if you have any questions, please reach out, contact me. I'm always open to chat. Have a wonderful day and I'll see you soon.